Again, we're looking at a British pound 15-minute US dollar chart, and we're going to watch price action on this day as we move forward. Price enters the session at just above 8,400 and holds above this level here and takes a leg higher from 84.20-ish to just below 84.80, so about a 50 pip rally. It remains within its range, and we come down now to 83.60. Price respecting the last swing low. The reason this is important is because if you are in a position, anticipate a bounce at this level, 10-15 pips maybe. Price consolidates. This vertical line is the beginning of, this is 0 hours GMT. 7 a.m. This is Central European session, opens trading, and we see a rally or a traders pulling price back to generate liquidity in order to drive it down within the range. Respecting the fact that price has respected this swing low to this degree suggests that they are more likely inclined to keep trading within a range bound for the time being and until there's a stimulus to move price beyond its current ranges. To move from 83.60, if they're going to make a go at the new highs here, it's getting later in the session now. If they're going to make a go at new highs here at just below 84.80, in fact the exact price is 84.75. From 60 to 75, 115 pips after price has already made an attempt to hold highs, has been driven down, has held at the swing lows, or has established a base at 83.60. We're moving late in the session now. We are currently at so midday GMT, so we're moving into the afternoon European time and into the New York session. As price continues to consolidate, testing the lows, bounces off the lows one final time, and now appears to be more interested in staying within its range or disinterested in making new lows beyond 83.60, perhaps looking at continuing the uptrend. Look how late we are in the session now. We are at 4 in the afternoon GMT, 5 p.m. London time, 6 p.m. Central European time. Traders are going home, closing up their books, and New York session is also becoming lighter. Now looking at this intraday high, price bounces at exactly the intraday high. Because it is so late in the session and because we've had so much volatility, even though this is not the previous day's high, there is still a sensitivity of the market to this price point and could likely see a bounce here this late in the session. If I felt that in consideration of the stimuli coming into the market or the factors coming into the market that could affect foreign exchange rates, given short-term data, geopolitical environment, or even any sort of long-term or surprise scenario, if all of that was somewhat neutral or blasé, if I anticipated that price could remain in the range, then I would short this in a heartbeat. I would short it as close to this high as I felt I could get away with. But you see this fast move. This is 15 minutes. It moves from 84.40 to 75 in 15 minutes, and the speed of that kind of move is great to trade into, because typically what happens here is we have declining volume on inclining price, which means it's weakening, and if you trade into it, then we will usually see a pretty nice bounce at that level. Moving forward, we see a bounce from a high of 74 to 29. Okay, from 30 to 74, basically a 45 pip bounce, at the least a 45 pip bounce here, and then it continues lower. The 45 pip bounce immediately. This is why it's important to trade. Some people would trade it here long because they think it's going to keep going, especially developing traders and novice traders. Don't do that, folks. I know the momentum is strong, but I mean, look, it just moved 120 pips late in the day, and I hate to sound like I'm shaking my finger at you or lecturing you, but don't do it. It's for the good of your bank account. Don't when you see price moving like this, don't trade long into momentum that has already moved, and liquidity is drying up, and buying interest and buying pressure is starting to dry up. Don't do it. Okay? Look at the lack of risk that you have. Let's say if you traded into any one of these bold-faced bullish candles, if you sold into it, look at how weak it gets. Okay? Anyway, so let's do this now. Let's watch price. Let's just accelerate things a little bit, and we will watch price move into the next day, and we consolidate right into the middle range of the day at 8,400. Before I let you go on this one, I've just compressed this chart here, and this is the intraday action that we just traded, the test of this intraday high. We are now moving into a new day, and price is consolidated at 8,400, pretty much right in the middle of the range. Moving into the next day, and I just want to ask you a question. Do you think the market views this level as important? Let's watch what happens to price. We rally through these highs. Price comes back and tests the high. Watch this level now, just below 8,480. Do you think the market views that level as important? I think so. Let's compress it. Price rallies through, struggles to get through at first. A nice leg up, and then we rally over 100 pips off previous resistance from the highs established intraday.